talking about all my live video tutorials, definitely. So making sure we also use the hand sanitizer. So this one's in spray form. It also comes in a pump or liquid gel. So I kind of like this because it dries a bit faster than the gel itself. So depending, so in between haircuts, before you start washing your hands, I tend to spray this on my hands. Then I go wash them because the alcohol actually acts as a degreaser to also help get rid of any of the product off my hands. And then I wash them properly. And of course, all my equipment, of course we use the bottom side, but also I use my salon side spray as well to make sure it's like more of a hygienic spray, to make sure all my brushes, my combs, they are fully sanitized. So, okay, so let's get started. So is anyone watching yet?
Yeah, we've got a few people.
Yeah? Okay, cool. Alright guys, so really I'm going to be starting this haircut, so just going to look on the board here. So I'm actually going to be working with a central parting, okay, which is called a profile section down the middle. And then if you see the red dots, that just means the hair is being pulled straight up from the head 90 degrees. And then of course I'll be taking sections across the head like so, or just slightly over directing to your previous section. Okay, so yeah, so I'm in a very good chilled state, in really good mood, so it's just been really positive. So this week, if you guys seen our flyer for the week tutorials, so tonight we're kind of focusing on working with scissor work. You see the way I'm going to control the shape, what type of shapes we're going to create. Tomorrow night, I'm actually doing more of like a live video chat on the Great British Barber Bash page. And also, let's see, on Tuesday night, I'm actually going to be doing a ladies haircut, and I'll be working with a brand called Seiko Hair Care, which is an amazing organic range, which I can't wait to use. And I'm really into kind of like more of a healthier lifestyle now. And then on Wednesday night, I'm going to go back to barbering, where I'm actually going to be working with a brand from America called R&Co, which is a big fashion brand, and I'll be doing a haircut on their Facebook page. So it's going to be really exciting. Okay, so I'm going to go down central area. So let's give a big shout out, guys, to where you're from. All right, so let's find out where you're all from watching. So. Now, just to let you guys know, if you see here, I'm going to be working a very strong square shape. So you see how I'm over directing here. So I'm working over my fingers. Okay, so I want to make sure that this is, trying to keep this as square as possible. The reason why, it will seem a little bit longer in the front just because by keeping this square, because the head shape rounds off, it will still have a little more length here. So I'm just going to keep this nice and full in the back here. I'm just going to add just a touch of water just because it's quite warm in the academy right now. So we're at our Barber Academy in Nottingham, England. And yeah, we're getting, myself and Anton, we were talking about, especially because we have to, because it's 2 floors here. So we're going to start cleaning the top floor hopefully on Tuesday. And then kind of rearrange everything up there. And then, of course, then we have to do downstairs. So we're going to hopefully... get everything ready, especially before we reopen. So, really looking forward to it. So, nice deep clean. So, I'm going to use my guide from the central area. My body position is going to remain in the back. You see, right where the parietal ridge is, I'm pulling this straight up to keep. You see, it's going to help keep. Because I'm going to be creating a shape like this. And then continue. So, where's everyone from, Anton?
Got a few people from. So we've got one from Gatwick.
Gatwick, by the airport, I take it.
Yeah. We have Stockport.
Stockport, represent.
We have Ireland.
Ireland, oh, I love Ireland. I haven't been to Ireland yet. I definitely want to go. I just feel bad because I've always wanted to go to Ireland to have a proper Guinness, but unfortunately I no longer drink anymore. I haven't drank in 7 years, so hopefully they have like a non-alcoholic version. So I doubt they have that. So.
We have someone from Lithuania.
Oh really? Oh, brilliant! Our educator that's in charge of our color department, her name is Gusta. She's from Lithuania originally. So.
South Africa.
Really? Oh, amazing! Well, we'd love to go to South Africa.
Prescott, Arizona, USA.
Yes. Yeah. Who's watching from Arizona?
It is Maureen.
Hi, Maureen. Yeah, I was just actually in Phoenix, Arizona earlier this year. I was doing a show with Sally Rogerson Academy, and we did a big show there. It was really cool. It was really interesting. So it was my first time in Arizona, so I had an amazing time there. So it was nice to go back to the States. You know, I'm originally from New York, but I lived in England for about 18 years now. Cool, so if you guys see, I'm just maintaining the squareness here. So keeping this square. The reason why I'm maintaining a square shape is because, especially for men, because the bone structure tends to be a bit more stronger, you want to create something a bit more masculine for your gentlemen. So, one of the key important factors. So I'm going to continue. Like I said, I'm only just over-directing just to the previous, so I gotta be, you know, just to get my guard. I don't want to be. Yeah, so I'm going to continue this all the way to the front. Cool. Anywhere else do we have?
Apologise for my pronunciation. Worcester, M-A-U-S-A. Is that how you say it? Worcester?
Worcester.
Worcester. I don't know how to say it.
I'm sorry, excuse me 1 second, guys. What are you saying, right?
That one there.
Oh, Worcester, yeah. Yeah, USA. Yes, great to see you guys. And great to see fellow Americans, you know. I know it's, I'm really excited. Like I said, I'm doing a live video tutorial for R&Co products which are based in the States. And so I'm really excited about that. That will be on Wednesday night at 7 p.m. So now you guys will see it, especially what I'll be doing as well. You can almost kind of see the way by keeping this square. By keeping this square, you'll see that when I get my guide for the sides, look, you can actually see where my guide is going to be, where I'm going to be matching it up. Okay, so I'm really excited about that. So, okay, so I've done one side. Let me do the same thing on the other. So I'm going to be, there you go. Cool. So hopefully, are anyone still, are they starting to work now in the States? Or in various different other countries. So who's working now? Yeah, who started opening the barbershops now? And hair salons? What's it like? Does it feel weird? I mean, I'll be honest with you, I've been enjoying my time off, so I'm really enjoying my time off, so I don't know if I'm looking forward to going back to work. but yeah, so. Cool. So if you guys have any questions whatsoever, please feel free. Anton will pass them on to me. So.
Barber shops are open in Worcester,
Oh yeah?
in the USA.
Your favorite place, right? Anytime. You want to go to Worcester, don't you?
Yeah, definitely.
What's it like in Worcester with the barber shops?
Sean Marshall says, we just started being able to do beard trims again. Good to be back.
Yeah, where's this?
Not too sure.
Okay guys, if you notice here as well, I'm making sure, because I want to create a flat shape, I'm working over my fingers. Okay, so working this flat. And then I want to make sure my body position is behind. Okay. Here we go. Yeah, here we go. So I don't have a mirror in front of me, so I'm hoping that the balance is correct here. So. But yeah guys, so we will promise you to continue doing these live video tutorials. I mean, I'm probably going to be doing about one a week once we reopen, you know, once we get through everything. And now I want to continue doing the live video feeds. But also what I also will be doing, I'm also going to be setting up an online training program where, you know, it's going to be like a set package, like 5 haircuts for different type of like segments. And of course there'll be tests, and also you'll get a certificate as well from them. So let me know if you guys would be interested in those, you know, where you know, those ones are going to have a charge to them. But there'll be pre-made videos, and also you get support from myself as well. And yeah, so. There we go. So make sure you, excuse me. Make sure you get the hair off your client's face. Cool. If there's any questions or anything
yeah. Hi Sid, can you give me advice? I get nervous during consultation.
Ooh. Okay, so let's take a break for a second here. So you get nervous during consultation. So who asked the question?
That was Tara Walsh.
Hi, Tara Walsh. So I think the key thing is during the consultation, what I would strongly recommend is that when I think the key thing is when you're talking to your client, and this goes for either man or woman, the best thing is say, hello, how you doing there? Now normally, I'm, you know, back, you know, before the COVID-19, the virus and everything, you would actually recommend shaking your client's hand, but of course, things change. So what I would suggest is that, you know, hello there, hi, my name is Sid, I'll be doing your hair today. What's your name? Oh, it's Bob. And what I would then say, I said, okay, Bob, do you have something set in your mind today, or are you open to some of my suggestions? Or if you really want to kind of really get them, you can say, are you open to some of my professional suggestions? Now, what will happen is 9 times out of 10, they'll say, you know what do you suggest? And right there, you got them, okay? And that's when you could then really say, oh, you know, I would suggest taking a little bit shorter in size, keep it squarer, blah, 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 you know. But, you know, if they do say what they want exactly, then, you know, once again, they're quite adamant. But a lot of times they're quite open to your professional suggestions, all right? And that means you have a bit more control with what type of style, or you can also add some ideas to the hairstyle. So, all right, Tara, I think the key thing is just remember, act professional, you know, ask questions, you know, see what they like about the hair, what they dislike about the hair. Do they use product, you know, and what type of product do they use? Do they use pomade, or do they use gel, or whatever, and see if that's suitable, all right? I think the key thing is, Tara, especially the more experience you have, it will come with time. But if you think about this, if you ask the client, if you just say to him, okay, what do you want? Or, if you say to them, the other option is, okay, do you have something set in your mind, or are you open to some of my suggestions? Okay, so you see the difference, Tara. Now, the first one, if you say to him, or the client, or the woman, if you say, what do you want? You know what that reminds me of? It's like right across the street we have like a Chinese food place, and what would happen is if you go in there, they'll ask you, what do you want? And they'll say the menu's up here, or they'll hand you a menu, and you have to pick. Are you with me? So that's the only thing is, so we lose the personalization of it all by just saying to you, what do you want? Okay, and this will help you, Tara, you know? So you say, are you after something particular, or are you open to some of my suggestions? Okay, and hopefully this will also be a confidence builder as well. So hopefully, Tara, you know, remember, confidence is an inside job, all right? Remember, you have to, I can help guide you and give you some advice, but it's up to you to make it happen. All right. Okay, so we've done the top. If you can see, I quickly cross-check, make sure there's only a little bits off. Okay, now if you see, I'm going to continue in the back. See, I want to maintain the squareness here, so what I'll be doing is I'm going to be taking sections and picking that up here, keeping that square. Okay, making sure my body position is standing here. And if you see, well, I'm going to keep a little bit of a corner here. So hopefully that was okay for you, Tara. Give us a thumbs up if I helped you or answered your question there. Are there any other questions there, Anton?
Do you have some information about the barbershops in Worcester, if you want to hear about it?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Millions of restrictions for barbers in Worcester. Appointments only, and everyone needs a mask. And sanitize everything after every client. No beards.
Oh, okay. So pretty much, I mean, you know, like here and also at my barbershops in, I also have a couple barbershops in Leicester, and also at my barber academy here, we do appointments only anyway. So, which is good, you know, so that's fine. We sanitize before and after everything as well. Anton can vouch for it because we have from our UV sterilizer cabinets. We also have our barbicide, and also, of course, we also use, here it is, our salonicide sprays and our hand sanitizer sprays. We use it all. So we've been doing this for the last, since 2014 when we opened. So, you know, so it's, I'm not too worried about that. The whole thing with the mask thing, yeah, that kind of sucks, doesn't it? Sorry, that was a bit rude, but it's probably uncomfortable with the mask. But what I've learned is that if you put a breath mint in your mouth while you have the mask on, it helps breathe better. So yeah, so if you put like a Vicks gumdrop or something, gumdrop, that just shows my age. You know what a gumdrop is?
Gumdrop? Yeah. No, I don't actually.
Yeah, okay.
Is it like a? It's like a hubba bubba or whatever it is. I've forgotten what they're called.
It's like a lozenge, yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Alright.
Sort of. Like a sweet. Okay guys, so if you can see, I'm still maintaining this a little bit square here. So, I'm just going to continue, and then you're going to see what I'll be doing. Yeah. So do we still have anybody watching?
Yeah, we do. We have quite a few people now. A lot of people are joining.
Oh, that's good. Okay, guys. So what I'm doing is I'm really just working very like a shorter scissor cut shape. Where you see I'm going to be working a square shape, and just giving a little bit of texture afterwards. And yeah. So I know I stole Augusta her our color educator's comb, the pink one. So I thought I'd rock a pink comb tonight. But yeah, so I am using our Sid Saltong scissors, Academy scissors, where these are available for retail, just to purchase. They're cobalt steel, 6-inch, and this is what I use myself, and what I've been using on these live video tutorials. They, if you see here, they come in a nice leather pouch that's actually, and so yeah, we have 6-inch. We have lefties and righties, and also including postage. It's 200 pounds. So we have those we have for sale now. So which I'm really quite excited about. So careful you don't cut yourself too much. Okay guys, so what I'm now going to be doing is I'm actually going to be working. I'm going to be working vertical sections this way now. All right, going, and you'll see. Let me show you here. I'm actually going to be working. You can actually see me using that as a guide from the top, working straight down, working over my fingers to maintain the square shape. Then I'm going to be drawing, and then you'll see me. I'll be doing a little bit of scissor plumbing as well. So, okay. Cool. Now I'm really excited to be. Just going to take a little sip of my drink. A little vape. Can't forget the vape. All right. So I'm going to be continuing, making sure. Okay, working vertical sections. What I tend to do is I comb and then I angle it. You see, I'm going to be using it as a guide. Okay. And really just working on the layering area. The layering area is from here upwards. This is graduation, so that's why I'm working over my fingers. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Cool. And keep this square. Okay, there we go. Cool. I'm just going to pull this up a little bit here because it keeps on kind of coming down a little bit. So, yeah. Any other questions or anything, Anton?
Yep, we got one from David Jones.
Hey David, you're right, mate.
We have, why are you starting on the top and not on the sides?
Well, great question. So for what we do here, especially when we work stronger shapes, it's kind of like we're starting with the roof of the building first, okay? Now, if we were going to create the more rounder shapes, it might be a little bit easier to start from the sides or the back first, okay? But when we're creating very strong shapes that we see a bit more contemporary, and we're really focusing on very strong, accurate shape, precise shapes, a bit more modern, then we start on the top first. Okay? At the end of the day, you can do whatever you want, whatever works well for you. This type of cutting is, I can guarantee, the end result. Okay, and especially when we're working those. When we're working those strong shapes there. So especially if you're cutting here, here, and here as well. So that's the reason why we do it here. So, but if you kind of take a look at any type of a lot of the famous barbers and everything, they all do it the same. So it could be Menspire, you can see Sassoon, so many famous Ruger. Now, if I was going to be doing the fade, okay, and not taking anything off the top, yeah, I could start on the sides first, no problem. But because I'm taking this down shorter and I want a very strong shape, yeah, no problem. I start on the top first. So. Yeah, so just to clarify, David, is to make sure I'm maintaining a square shape. We're very strong about shapes here at the Academy. And so really we have a true understanding about shapes and how we create them. Because especially when you come on the course, what you're going to realize is when you ask questions, we actually have the answers. And we are able to answer any question you have regarding the hair and the cutting techniques. It's about the reason why, and we are actually able to provide them. So.
Are you ready for another question?
Yeah, let's go for another question.
When are you going back? I feel we're all going back into a different world than we used to. What we used to, sorry.
Yeah. You know what, I think, who's asking that?
That was Tara again.
Yeah, Tara, at the end of the day, Tara, the thing is, yeah, we can't go back to normal life. The reason why is because we have not learned our lesson from this. If we go back to the way it used to be, you know what? We'll be back in the same position over again. That's why we need to learn from this in order to be able to change so we can come out stronger from this. So I think, don't worry, Tower, don't be scared, you know, go with the flow. Remember, tomorrow hasn't happened yet. All right, so hopefully when we get more information from the government about the guidelines, don't speculate, don't listen to the barber forums because they're crap. Sorry for cursing, but they're crap. You know, they when those barbering companies, they'll wait for the government to tell them what to do. All right, so don't speculate. Keep it within the day. You'll be fine. Okay? So not to worry. Don't get scared. Don't let fear of the unknown happen. All right, because no one can predict. So, you know, but we'll be fine. But as long as we change for the best. Okay? You know, we can't go back to normal life. Because if we do, we haven't learned anything. So. Cool. So we're going to continue. Yeah, watch, I'm going to show you guys as well that square shape in the back, just to prove to you what happens when we cut hair this way. So I'm not worried about down here, because that will just be done with scissor combing. Any questions? Any more questions? Or?
Hi Sid, when cutting longer hair, do you keep your tension because, sorry, one sec. Hard to read. I've noticed with short hair, you're keeping your tension within your sections.
Mm-hmm.
So.
With longer hair, I do the same. I do the same thing with longer hair.
We've got another one from Tracy. Which hair type do you find the hardest to work with?
I think that baby fine hair, you know, very Scandinavian type of fine texture. It's like a fuzzy bunny rabbit, that type of texture. Yeah, that's it. It's not. I don't find it hard. It's just I find it a bit annoying. That's the only thing really. Guys, I just want to quickly show you. Look at this. Look how square that is right there. Okay. Now remember, how do I know? Watch. If I flatten that down, look how flat that head shape is. But when I pull this out, look how square. Check that out. And that's the reason why we cut hair on the top first. So, pretty cool, huh? Okay, now what I'm now going to do is I'm going to be still working vertical sections on the sides. But I'm going to keep everything square like that. Okay? What's also a good little trick, what I did was I put some of the Morgan's menthol hair tonic, right? I put that into the water spray bottle because what's good about it is, one, it's like refreshing. It helps, especially if you get guys that stink. And but what's good about this is because it's got a certain amount of alcohol in it, it actually acts as a degreaser. But also, you know, better be safe than sorry. A little alcohol in the hair, you know. I'm not a scientist, I can't tell you, but it can't hurt. So it's a good little trick. Okay, so I'm going to continue taking vertical sections on the sides. Still going to work over my fingers. So hopefully, any other questions, mate?
Yeah, we have. What's your favorite men's cut and style to do?
I did that. Did I do it? I did it last night, actually. Was it last night? When was the last video tutorial we did? What day was it? I did it the other night.
That was Wednesday.
Yeah, was it Wednesday?
Wednesday or Thursday, something.
Yeah, so I did it last Wednesday or Thursday. It was kind of like working with just simple disconnection, working with diagonal sections, and a little bit clipper over comb, scissor over combing, I believe. Yeah, so I love I'm more like medium length of hair, not too long, because then you got to blow dry it. Like short but long, best of both worlds. Could be a pompadour. So I like a wide range. But I think it's like, what I love doing is like, especially now, that's what I'm gonna probably do tomorrow night. I'm gonna do a ladies' haircut just because I could be a bit more creative with that, especially with the mannequin heads. So I'm looking forward to doing that. I'm not saying that like, oh, I just sometimes it's just like stepping outside your comfort zone. See what happens. All right, so I'm gonna cross-check this. I will be working this, especially with scissor combing afterwards. Yeah, that's all gonna be coming. I'm gonna be taking that off down here. All right, let me do the other side. Now, what you'll see, I'm still gonna be working vertical sections here. So I'm doing this more for beginners, my positioning that I'm doing. So I'm still going to maintain squareness, keep that flat. I am actually standing here. There is another way, well actually I stand behind the client. So, which, this is a bit more the old school way. Do we still have people watching?
Yeah, we've got the views reckoning.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. Cool. How many are watching?
1.8k.
Wow, Jesus, I'm getting nervous now. Okay, so if you see what I'm doing, I'm twisting my hand, still maintain that squareness, twisting my fingers. Okay, so what I'm also doing as well, you'll see the graduation area. We're going to go over that in a second, where the graduation is on the hair. And this is all going to be done with scissor combing or taking that shorter. So. Yeah, but it's great though. So at the end of this live video tutorial, we're going to be talking about our giveaways. So we have two amazing giveaways which are going to be announced. The winners will be announced July 1st. So I'm really excited about that. So we'll see what happens with that. Oh, I can't wait.
You ready for a question?
Yeah, let's go ready for another question.
Hi Sid, do you number your sections to help students understand using the previous section as a guide and over direction?
Number them?
Number them.
Well, maybe when we're doing the diagrams, yeah, we will, but not really. I'll be honest with you, because ideally the type of sections we want to take are about a quarter to a half an inch wide. So it's all each person's different. So unfortunately, I'll probably have to say no. Don't necessarily number them. It's more because I think it might get a little bit confusing, and because especially when you do it on a real person, we get some guys with a big shaped skull, and then some guys with a lot smaller. So it might be too difficult or too different. So that's the reason why. But there's no harm if that works well for you as a teacher. Who's asking the question?
Give me a second. It was Debbie.
Yeah, Debbie. Was it from Ireland? Debbie O'Keefe?
Yep.
Yeah. So to be honest with you, Debbie, it's a great question. I really don't, because I think what happens is it gets a little confusing for everyone. For a diagram, yeah, I might number each one, like the starting point. But for when I'm teaching it live with the student, no, I don't. I don't say 1, 2 like that, because I don't want them to get confused, anything. But you know what? I remember. I have to tell you this funny story. My manager at Sassoon, my assistant manager Claudia. When I was an apprentice, assistant. I was watching her with her client. And it was so funny because the guy was like this, staring in the mirror while she was cutting. She was talking, and then what happened was he was watching her, and when she cut maybe 5 sections here on the side, and she did 4 here, he would actually call her up on it and be like, no, Claudia, you've only done 4 sections here. You've done 5 there. No, do 5. So she would actually have to go back in and do another section just to please the client. How crazy is that, huh? And I remember watching this in dismay, and I just thought it was the funniest thing. But you know, things we do to make clients happy. All right, so now I'm just kind of cross-checking. I'm just really seeing anything. Yeah, just checking everything, making sure. All right, so what I'm now going to do, so like I said, this is all going to be coming off. I'm going to do some scissor coming. Let's see. So what I need to do is I need to blow dry this now. Let me take a look here. Yeah. So I'm going to blow dry this, and I need to put some product in. So let me first wet this down. Wow, it's really great. I mean, I'm just, the other night from one of our videos, we got over almost 400,000 views from one of our live video tutorials. And then the other night we got like about close to 300, and it's just getting better and better. I really appreciate everyone. Once again, if you share these live videos, I put your name into my lucky hat, and then when I pick out each week, I'm doing giveaways. So please guys, you gotta be in it to win it. So please start sharing these live video tutorials, and then what happens is, I then pick out your name, and then you get free gifts. I mean, I've already done a pair of Andis Slimline Pro trimmers to a lucky winner. It was a girl called Jennifer up in Scotland. And then a girl named Shelley had received 100 pounds worth of Morgan's products. And of course, I've given giveaways of brushes, or Sid Softening brushes from Denman, and also our pomade from Goodfellas Pomade as well. Free giveaways. How crazy is that? Plus t-shirts. So guys, please, if you want to be in these giveaways, please start sharing these live video tutorials. Okay. Now, I'm going to use one of my favorite products. This is absolutely brilliant, okay? I know it kind of looks like a pint of beer or pee. This stuff is so cool. Because what it is, it's called Morgan's Glazing Tonic. Alright, what I love about this is, it's kind of like, they should have renamed it Grooming Tonic, because this stuff's brilliant. Because the reason why I like using it is because it helps get body, also controls the hair. And what's good about this is, especially if you do like a fade on someone, and you know, you put product on the top. I usually put a tiny bit of this on the sides, so it looks it doesn't look so like different. Like you have product on the top and nothing here, and it just keeps down. Like sometimes the hair gets a little bit flyaway or fuzzy rabbit type of feeling. So that's why I put over here. So it's absolutely brilliant, and it's like really you don't need a small amount. The bottle's so big, and I definitely really recommend it to you guys. So okay. So what I'm now going to do, so I will be blow drying this. So I'm going to blow dry this down. This is just going to be a bit more natural. And yeah, so let's get started blow drying. So any other questions so far?
Yep. There are a lot of mannequin heads on the market. What one would you say are the best ones to get?
Who's asking that?
That was John Wright.
Oh, John Wright, yeah. So John, the ones that I get are the ones from, I'll write it here. They're from Salon Direct. Alright, and the thing is, okay, because I buy so many, I buy like about over 200 a year. I buy a lot of mannequins. So, and also all the equipment, so they've given me a discount. So if you put SID, all right, at the checkout, and like they have like a little code area. If you put that, 10% off. So I'm giving my code out. So if they say anything to me, I don't care. You know, I want to help people. So you get my discount code. Okay. So yeah, and that's where I get mine from. So yeah, so I'm going to continue. I'm going to blow dry this. So with the mannequin head, I'll be honest with you, I'm just going to do a full heat and full blast, just because I don't have to worry so much about burning him. But I think the thing is, on a real I'm keeping it on medium heat, and To answer John's question as well, make sure the human hair magnets. Get human hair magnets. If you get the cheap synthetic ones, they're just going to ruin your scissors and clippers, and you probably melt it with a blow dryer. So. You kind of just want to dry with this natural oil pattern. Any other questions, or are we all good?
I think we're all good, if I'm not mistaken. We have a question from Colin.
From who?
Colin.
Hey, Colin! Colin Dodds? Yes, my boy.
Do you still ever get nervous when cutting hair? And if so, how do you deal with your nerves?
Yeah, it's funny. I remember a really good story is that the last time I got nervous, I had just gone back from teacher training at the Sassoon Academy in LA, and I went back to New York, and I had to do a demonstration with another team member. And they had both salons there, and they had these people, right, these stylists that have been working for Sassoon for 30, almost 40 years, and they were in the audience. So you're talking about, it was like probably about maybe 60 people. And you know, what happened was, so I started with my model. I was doing the fringe first. And you know what, I saw my hand shaking. And you know what, from that moment, I said to myself, all right, stop being an idiot, right? I said something else, but I can't say it on the live video. And I said to myself, stop being an idiot. You can do this. And you know what? I haven't shaken since. All right? And I don't, in a way with cutting hair. The thing is, it happens. You know, we all make mistakes. No one's perfect. I'm not perfect. But the thing is, you know, every expert started off as a beginner. So, but the thing is, just remember, you can do this with the correct knowledge, all right? And knowledge will give you confidence, all right? So yeah, I don't no longer get nervous about cutting hair. You know, sometimes it's like more the person. So if the person's a bit mean or like having a bad day, yeah, it's a bit annoying. But you know, I don't really get nervous. So. But that was the last time I shook from cutting hair. I told myself, you know, stop it. And I haven't shook since.
Sid, we have problems with the Wi-Fi. So like, it's still playing, but people saying the signal's bad and it's picked. Oh, was it not?
Yeah. Sorry guys, it wasn't on Wi-Fi. It was just on my data. Okay, so all pretty much dry. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, if you just give me a moment, I'm going to get my yeah, I'll use this one. So I'm actually going to be So I'm actually going to be doing my scissor combing. So I'm really going to be focusing. It's not going to go too dramatically short, but I just really want to clean everything up. So what I'm first going to do is I'm going to be using my white tooth comb. Oops, I'm just going to pick up my sleeves. All right. So I need to make sure I use my wide. All right, keeping my comb at a 45-degree angle to maintain, right, if I keep it too flat, you see how short it's going to go. So I'm going to go in and out, okay? So we might have to kind of go over my shoulder a little bit. Okay. So I kind of hold it in the middle. Once again, this is, guys, everything that I'm doing, these are just my suggestions. You know, I am not the law for me, and these are just suggestions. And the best way to see if these work out for you is just try it. See what happens. No one's perfect. You know what I mean? There's many cut hair. And that's the beautiful thing. If we look on YouTube, oh my God, there's a million more ways to do a fade. Oh my God. But you know what? The key thing is find something that works well for you. All right? And that's the key thing. So I'm just going down, just kind of creeping this here. Making sure I'm only moving my thumb. You have to move your thumb only. Okay? And if you see right here, there's like the direction, so I can go back this way. Watch. Might do a little freehand. And if I need to clean this up here. Okay. Now I'm going to continue. Okay. Here you see, I can also I can texturize that afterwards. So you see, I'm just going to be going in, cleaning this up here. Making sure, I'm just going to be using the wide end of my cutting comb, just because it goes through dry hair a lot easier. And then afterwards, you can see I could then also do texturizing, which I'm going to play around with afterwards. I'm going to go this way. I'll take it a little bit shorter here, keep this here. Okay. I'm just working my way around. So at this point, I'm going to go the opposite side. There we go. And we go this way. Watch. Cool. Any questions or anything?
Yep. I noticed you hardly ever use thinning shears. Is there a reason for that? Why?
Who's asking that?
That was Carlos Diaz.
Carlos, ¿cómo está, mate? You alright, dude? Yeah, I use them. See, the thing is, every tool I use it for the reason why maybe it was designed for. So I'm actually going to be using my blending. I call them blending scissors. I use them for blending instead of thinning. The only time I really use them for thinning would be if I'm doing like an old school pompadour where I need to keep the shape very solid looking. If I want to create texture, I just use my normal scissors, or I use like a hair cutting razor. So I'm actually going to be using my funny enough, I'm going to be using them tonight, my blending scissors. So I'm going to come up this way. So that's just going to match up to the layering. Yeah, this one, I'm going to take that shoulder right here. You'll see I'm also going to clean that up here. What I do is, it's kind of hard on a mannequin, but what I actually do is, you know that white line in the middle of, you see that white line on the scalp? By me going like this, what you're trying to have is that white line perfectly straight across. because what happens is if it's quite bumpy, like a baseline, the reason why is because there's some long area versus short area in that, and that's why you need to go back over to really clean it up. So it's a little visual that I use. Okay. And I will be kind of taking this down shorter here. I can do a little clipper of a comb. Do you want to show my clipper collection there?
Sure.
See what you guys, which one should I use, guys? Which one should I use, huh? Cool. Okay, cool. So I'm now going to be doing the same thing in the back. So I'll be doing a little bit of clipper work, just a little bit, just to refine the shape. So making sure I'm using the wide end. And what happens as well, I'm going in, watch the comb, in, and I'm coming out. So I'll be measured. And that's what I'm going to be matching up to. Right, a 4-week barbering course with a free barbering kit worth 600 pounds. The kit's worth 600 pounds. That's going to be, we're going to be talking about that. And also, right, myself and my video guy, his name is Dan Lord from Forecast Designs. We'll be going, the winner will be going to their barbershop, their hair salon, and do a day of filming. So then we can give you a promo video that you can use to help, you know, advertise your business. So we'll be videoing your staff. If they're doing models, haircutting, shaving, and then also we do some photos as well, professional. And yeah, we come to you, all right? And that's only available in the UK, unfortunately, even though I would love to go back to the States or go someplace really warm. But unfortunately with the restrictions of travel. But yeah, we want to give away so much, all right? So really want to help people with their businesses. And yeah, especially during these hard times, during lockdown, you know, of course we all get worried about our businesses, but you know, we will get through this, guys. And this is what our academy is about sharing with you guys our strength, our hope and experience, and also being there for you, especially in the industry. And you know, we care here, we really do. We did not charge. We've been doing free live video tutorials ever since lockdown happened, since March 23rd. Here in the UK, and we've been doing that ever since, and we want to continue doing free education until we open up in July. So, yeah. All right, guys. So I'm gonna, as you see, I'm just going back over. I'm going to be doing some clipper of a comb around these areas, and then you'll see I will be using my blending scissors. So I have them right here. Okay, so these are right here. I'm going to be using these. All right, gonna move it along. Any questions, guys? Anything I need to know?
Yeah. Is it easier to scissor over comb using longer length scissors over shorter?
Yes, there's reasons why. So usually, now in America, the way you would describe your scissors, anything below 6 inch are called scissors. Anything above 6 inch are called shears. Now, the reason why, especially if you use a small pair of scissors, like 4.5 inch or 5 inch, one, it will kind of take you a long time, but what also will happen is that the reason why we use longer scissors is because, especially when you go like that for a long period of time, the heat of this, and when you mix the heat of the energy of doing that with the steel, it makes the blades expand, okay? And then it makes it difficult to scissor a comb. So that's why barbers use longer scissors. So it's better to do, when you're doing things like this, it's better to do with longer scissors. So. that's why I kind of like 6" because it works well for everything, precision work, and also, yeah. So you see that there's that corner I was talking about before. I will be texturizing that later on. All right, guys, so what I'm now gonna do, see how long we're doing this for. Yeah, okay, I got about 15 minutes left. Okay, so I need to kind of crack on here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little bit of clipper of a comb. I can still use that same. I'm just, with the clipper of a comb, I'm just really just kind of going over, just cleaning everything up. Just want to clean everything up, guys. You know, nothing crazy. You can also use the lever here. Open. Are people still watching me?
Yep.
Yeah. How many do we have now?
We have 1,000.
1,000.
Yep.
Cool. Okay guys, so just cleaning this up here. And then you'll see that I'm going to be doing the texturizing. So okay, so like I said, this is for Carlos. I am using blending scissors, so I'm using that more pretty much just for taking a little bit of weight off on the sides and give more of like a natural, just taking some textural. So I'm still using kind of like the same scissor combing technique. I'm working on dry hair. The reason why I'm working dry hair is so it's fully expanded. I'm not going to go too crazy here. Just because I'm on a bit of a time frame here. So now let me lower this. Oh, here we go. Cool. Any questions I need to know, Anton?
No, not at the minute.
Okay, so a lot of times what I'm going to do, I'm going to just work with a bit of point cutting. There's a couple ways you could do it there. So now you can also do it over comb, to say if you don't want to hurt yourself. Okay, you can also right here. I'm just softening that corner. I'm not getting rid of it, I'm not rounding it off. Doing a bit of free hands because I'm on a bit of a time frame here. Yeah, okay. So this is just something you would do on your clients. It's like something very, I think, something a bit more salon friendly or barbershop friendly, you know, with lots of cool texture. And then you'll see I think what it is also as well, I'm trying to save these mannequin heads so I can get more live video tutorials in them. So the next haircut I do on this bad boy will be a fade. So we're gonna go through the fading techniques that we use here at the Academy. Gonna really come in. Yeah, there we go. Okay, if you see, it's kind of heavy here. So what I'm actually going to do, I'm actually just going to just take right in the front hairline. Watch, I'm gonna watch. Take that about half off. You see, it helps support it. It's called scaffolding, where it's just like, you see, it just helps give that little bit of support. Cool. It's just like a little fun trick just to help keep it up in the front. So. I'm using, now, I need to make sure I use the point of my scissors. I don't go like that, club cutting, just because what happens is it looks like a white picket fence. So you want it to look as natural as possible. A bit more fun. Like I said, I love creating texture because it's like your own personal, you put your own personalization onto this haircut. Now, at the end of the day, guys, if you know, I mean, it might seem like quite like a basic haircut to you, but this is more for especially the beginners opening, you know, starting barbering or the hairdressers. So with all the haircuts, we do a wide range of these tutorials where we're doing creative, we did wet shaving, beard designing, fading, long hair. We've done so much, so. So like I said, I'm still going back in, I'm just creating that texture. And at the same time, I'm also thinking about what type of product I'm going to use. So I think I want to use something a bit more matte. So we'll just get to the finish. I'm going to have to stop there because it's time is up. Okay, so let me try some scissors. No, I'm going to go with my favorite, which is this is my favorite. This is the matte paste by Morgan's. And just really, it's like ultra dry, which I absolutely love. So the key thing about products is always start with a small amount first. You can always add. You can't subtract so easily. If you put too much product in, I'm going to have to rewash it and stuff. So, has that happened to me before? Yeah. But the end of the thing is God invented this beautiful product called shampoo. So it's not the end of the world. It just sucks when you do it for a live video. So I'm just working it through my hands, and really kind of then we're going to go up, really kind of like it's. And what I love about this product, it's like so ultra dry. I love it. Like, I mean, I had to play around with it when I first got it. You know, I was just thinking, oh, but it's actually a really cool dry product. So, and I could put this. Like, you know, if you see, I'm also like, it's kind of like, I don't want it to be like the guy stepped outside of the barber shop. I want him to like he just had his haircut. I want him to be a little bit rough and ready. Especially like those type of looks as well, quite common, especially in Russia when, you know, when I was speaking to a lot of the Russian stylists and the girls there, they actually prefer guys with hair, so then you can run their fingers through it. So I'm kind of screwed, aren't I? But yeah, so no one's running their hands through my hair. But you know what, guys? I think, and what I'm doing is, I think the key thing about styling is make sure it's not just about like that. No. Try and use your hands. The best tools you have are your hands as a barber and a hairdresser. So really kind of like, I'm also like using my knuckles. I'm just trying. If I feel that I need a bit more dryness, I kind of just use a bit more styling powder. So I have to ask for more of these. So that's the volume powder. And what I like about using that, it really helps absorb any excess oil. And I usually use it as a primer before styling. And yeah, it just helps. Especially if you feel that maybe you want a bit more dryness to it, you know, so. Yeah. And then, you know what, I kind of like, what I also like doing, a couple of tricks you can do. Here we go. I actually sometimes add a little bit of like sea salt spray. And just say if I want to kind of like just let it dry a little bit more, you know. And it's like almost it seems like a little bit reverse with what I'm doing, but I like doing that on top of other products because then it really just sinks everything into the hair, as opposed to doing everything vice versa. You know, if I draw the sea salt in, yeah, fine. But I kind of like because the water and the salt goes on top of that product, and it really just helps set it. And that's why I'm kind of doing everything reverse. So.
Smells good, that sea salt spray.
Yeah, you like it?
Mm.
Yeah. I can't smell anymore. So happens when you get older. And I'm not young like Anton here. He's what, 17?
Yeah.
Yeah, 17, single, likes long walks on the beach. I can't talk about that. Me, I'm 45 years old. Single, living at home by myself. My dog doesn't even like me. I just kind of saw this a little bit right here. I'm going to get rid of it. And like a lot of times, a little trick to do is, especially if you want to soften that hairline, keep it very flat against the skin, and then go in vertical and just point cut into that hairline. Yeah, cool. So just a nice little cool textured haircut. So then the next haircut we'll be doing after this one, guys, will be working with fading. Okay. All right. So let's push the hair over. All right, guys. So this is just like a very classic, like almost contemporary classic haircut that's quite client friendly inside the hair salons and the barbershops. Especially when the gentleman wants to keep some hair. He doesn't want it to be too short on the back and sides. So, and you can see just working with that cool kind of texture to the hair. Okay, so we're going to go, I'm going to recap everything up on the board here. Just grab my towel. Okay, so we started the haircut. So we started the haircut here, number one. Going straight down the middle, and we pull it up 90 degrees. And then of course we take sections across this way. As you see the arrows, you're just over directing to your previous section to get your guide. And then of course we stop here. Now the shape that we're creating, going up to this one, is just keeping this, sorry, I'm trying to keep this, I'm not very good at drawing. Try and maintain this square. Try and keep that as square as possible. Alright, so it'll be going this way. Alright, just try and keep a very masculine shape. Then, okay, so when we see the sections in the back, once again, you see, so we're going to try and maintain this square and also square. Okay. Now, with the sections in the back, once again, so I just pretty much use vertical sections. Going this way. So I do apologize, I don't have a ruler. And then, of course, the red dots means 90 degrees out. I just pull it straight out from the head, no over direction. Down here was scissor over combing, so scissor over comb. Not very good at drawing. And then if you see here, same thing, working with vertical sections on the sides. Like that. No over direction, just keep it 90 degrees straight out from the head. And lots of cool texture, and also refining everything with a little clipper of a comb. Like I said, you know, key thing is making sure, you know, just keeping it a bit more flexible. And also, if you want to give more like a bit more refined outline, just remember, make sure we're using the lever of your clipper. Okay, it's adjustable, and it just really helps when you're doing the flicking action. It just helps grow in a lot better. So I strongly recommend doing that onto dry hair. So because since the hair is dry, it's fully expanded, so you can see the fully expanded shape. All right, guys.